Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. The topic today is avoid action without thought. So what does that even mean? Well, I got the three-step system, right? The one is get your mind right, which is a thought, right? Thinking, thoughts. The step two is take action. Sometimes you have to take massive action. And step three is rest, heal, recharge, grow. So getting back to the topic today of no action without thought, or avoid action without thought, it's meaning you should not do too much action, take too much actions without first making sure that it is right for you, which is the thought, which is plenty of thinking to make sure it's the right step for you. First, oh man, look, there's some cranes back here. I wonder if I can see them. Can't see them. You can hear them, right? So anyway, the cranes. So I did this. What will normally happen is, without you thinking, you're going to be pushed into taking lots and lots of action that has nothing to do with what you want to do in your life. Just want to see if I can pick up those cranes here. I think there they are. So usually, when you're a kid, there's a lot of ordering, a lot of being pushed into doing things. Go to school, do your homework, get up, go to bed early, get up early for school, get in this activity, do that, do this, do the other thing. You never really have time to do much thinking. And you'll find that the kids with the best lives have plenty of excess time for playing and relaxing. And so as a kid, the more play you have, the better. Unstructured play. So I did have quite a bit of this when I was a kid. And I'm very thankful for that. But there were times where, instead of having the whole summer for fun, there's lots of extra stuff in there I didn't want to do. There's like swimming lessons, I guess, which is fine. You should know how to swim. And then there was vacation Bible school, which was certainly not fine. Certainly not fine. And then there was all these structured adult-led activities, which really weren't that fun. They're really not that fun for a kid. As much as you think it's going to be good for the kids, it isn't. Kids are just better off just kind of playing by themselves. But anyway, the actions. When I was married, my wife just kept me so busy with all these actions that did nothing for me. These actions weren't thought out by me as being a good thing. I was just kind of doing them to stay on her good side and avoid her wrath. And because, we've all been pushed to do what our wives tell us to do, which is the craziest thing you could imagine when you think back on it. A couple should be working together with, I think, the man taking the lead, and then you would have a much better marriage. But nowadays, in my days, the wife was leading, making all these stupid decisions that have done nothing but wreck my life and wreck her lives and wreck the kids' lives. I think I would have done a much better job if she would just step back and let me do the best I could. And that's what you'll find is the best marriage. So if you're in a marriage like that, where your wife is controlling and domineering and kind of mean to you, kind of telling you what to do all the time, that would be the marriage to get out of. And certainly getting out of a marriage is massive action, will take massive action, especially a bad marriage like that. And you'll have to take a lot of action to struggle through the aftermath. So just because you leave your marriage today doesn't mean tomorrow everything is going to be fine. It won't. It will not. I left my wife 11 years ago, and it's taking till now to get somewhere. It takes a good long time. So you're best to go into marriages extremely warily after you know yourself very well and have taken care of yourself very well and have a lot of money set aside, hidden for your use, and have done all the things you've wanted to do. And then you can think about getting married with a carefully chosen partner that you've known for many, many, many years. So anyway, the actions. With all those actions that I had with that marriage, I've had to take enormous effort to undo. Instead of moving on and doing the things I want to do, I have to take action to undo all these other actions. Do you see where I'm getting at? When you take action in the wrong direction without carefully thinking about it, you need even more action. Once you finally discover, that something is wrong, and you will discover that it's wrong if you hadn't thought about it and made sure it was your decision and a correct decision, you're going to have all this action involved to try to undo the previous action. So if you think about it, if you would have just not taken that first unthought out action, you would have plenty of energy to think and to take a more measured, reasonable action that you decide. You see where I'm getting at? The action has to, for a good life, a happier man life, you would take your action after you know what the action is. Not just what somebody tells you, not what the coach is barking at you, not what the teachers are insisting you do, not what the priests and the pastors and the politicians and the presidents and the mayors and the governors and the senators and the representatives and all their minions and the media is telling you to do, but what is you telling you what to do? What are you? What do you want? You create your reality. You even create your morality. Not just your reality, your morality. You can take some guidance from them, but you would want to ensure that their guidance makes sense for you. Sometimes things that other people would call immoral, you might say, oh, but that sounds good to me. It's not hurting anyone. How can it be immoral? Well, because you've thought about it and you've decided on it, that you make it your morality. You just use the guidance from a little bit of guidance from others. Some things are obviously wrong, but some things are much more gray. And they may be good today, but not good tomorrow, or vice versa. But you decide. you, with careful, thought out thinking over long periods of time before you start taking action. Now, if you'll notice, the world is set up to keep everyone busy taking actions. Why do you think that is? Well, if nobody has any time to think, you can never question what's going on. But you will notice, with the modern world getting a lot easier, there is this groundswell of questioning, and it's quite interesting, all the questioning. There's never been a time like this, before the internet, you really couldn't question without running into extreme resistance from the ones in control. So now it's pretty interesting how this is all going. But you don't even have to listen to somebody else questioning. You question, right? You think about, is this right for me? Is going to vote right for me? Is going to church right for me? Is marrying this woman with these kids from another man right for me? Is marrying this woman that I only known for a couple of years, even though I love her to death and just love her so much, is that right for me? Is having a baby right after you get married or right before, is that right for you? Is that right for me? Think about these questions. Is this job right for me? I'm thinking about this right now, actually, about a job. To have a much higher paying job than the last one, but I'm not sure it's right for me. I'm thinking about it. I'm spending a lot of time thinking about it, questioning it. The action follows thought, or avoid action without thought. All for now.